I started it.
Okay. I have a
What?
blue scrunchie in my hair.
And let's see, your face got like smacked around.
What?
I'm just saying. All right. What's up, everybody?
Oh my God! Wait, did you actually start?
I did start it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, 5, 4.
What are you doing?
2, 1.
What's up? I mean, I don't know what the point is saying it again. We already said what's up. We said what's up, and we know what's up. What's up, everybody? I'm Judge James.
You're so.
I'm Judge James.
Scooch over. I'm Judge.
I'm Judge James.
Scooch.
What's up, everybody?
Why can't we
Sorry.
see ourselves?
Why can't we see ourselves?
Now we can.
No, yeah, we're right there.
I literally am so mismatchy because I have this in from dinner, and then I'm wearing this.
We're a little late. I'm sorry.
And I found this.
I'm wearing.
I found my crystal necklace though.
I'm appropriately dressed.
I lost it.
I'm appropriately dressed.
I am too.
What's up, Dev? So Devin Gagron.
Train.
Anyway, we're here,
Hey,
and it's Sunday, and everything.
Not a Twitter notification.
Do we have a question for tonight? Any questions? Do we? Okay. All right. Well, anyway, so we're here. What's up? Got some big news today. Today, officially, after hemming and hawing for weeks and weeks and weeks, we pulled the trigger on Gen Con. So I know Judge Evie and I will be there.
Yeah, we will.
I know I have already registered events myself for Gen Con, and Evie's thinking about it. So we'll talk about that as the main part of our show. So I think that's the big news. The little news, I had some good gaming this week. Evie didn't. I did. So I started a Shutter Mountains chain coffin campaign yesterday. So that was a lot of fun. And we recorded some Glow Burn earlier today. Also fun and stuff. And I think we're going to move right into Judge Evie Presides right now. This is the part of the show where you can send questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com.
We have a rap too.
Judge Evie's also going to active on Twitter, so that's a whole different thing.
Oh, you tagged me.
I tagged you? Yeah, I did tag you. I tagged you in the fact that we're now on Twitter right now, or Twitch.
To fly seems like a plane, but some days.
Okay, you have to you legit have to go ahead and read the questions.
Okay.
So questions. What do we got for questions?
Ooh, that's not a question.
And I found today. So this is actually this is what made me pull the trigger today on Gen Con. I've been hemming and hawing.
Is this Mom's character?
I think it's yours. I think it's yours.
That's not my handwriting. That's not
your mom wasn't in
Mom's handwriting.
Your mom wasn't in. Was your mom in Punjar 50K?
I think so.
Maybe she was. We found this upstairs. This Punjar 50K from Doug Con.
Yeah.
This thing, and I was like, you know what? We have to pull the trigger. And we have to go to Gen Con. We can't screw around,
Yeah.
COVID be damned.
Who cares
crowds
if we
be
get
damned.
COVID?
There you go.
Yeah.
Just who cares? The last con we were at was PAX Unplugged.
We went to the Shrubs.
2019 with the Shrubs.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It'll be 2.5 years between cons. Are we getting tea?
I have tea.
Yeah, I don't have tea. So how would there be tea?
Oh no.
Wait a second. I think there's someone coming here. Is someone here? What is that? Is it tea? Is it coffee? What did you make?
Tea.
How'd you make tea so fast?
Tea for me?
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 And really.
Anyone who catches this show right now today is anyone new watching this is gonna be like, what the hell did I walk into? And why am I
just
almost
didn't do my
this?
my little. Wait! They can make a heart. Wait! No.
That's not a heart.
If
If your
you,
heart looks like that, you gotta have heart surgery. All right. Anyway, questions.
Okay, so.
If you are new to the show, so this is Living for Crits, and we are the longest running father-daughter
we are.
show on Twitch or YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
For gaming. Not for anything, but for gaming. I'm sure there have been other shows that are longer running.
My hair looks so thin right now, but it's not this thin.
I'll tell you.
That's so weird.
I can't. I'll tell you.
Okay. Sorry, because I didn't curl in sections. I just curled it the fast. Okay.
Sure.
Questions for the Long Winter by Brian. Okay. Aloha, Judge Evie and Judge James. Hope you both staying safe and warm with all the cold winter storms ripping through North America. Yeah. That was unnecessary. Let me read my questions before my phone dies. I'm
All right,
at 5%.
Go ahead.
Number 1 for Judge.
No, leave Babu Frick alone.
Stop laughing at me. No, you face the
The
wall.
only good part about that movie.
Face the wall.
I got a question. Go ahead.
Where do you have my rings?
Just read the question.
You took my rings.
Read the question.
Read the question. For Judge Evie, did you ever run Death Slaves of Eternity for group or play it solo? How do you play DCC or any RPG solo? I don't know. You talked to me earlier about that. Like playing stuff solo.
I did talk about that.
Yeah, no, but I'm planning on running it. I have 1 player.
Judge Evie has 1 player. Judge Evie, we've talked about this earlier tonight because she's been trying to put together a DCC game.
I've been trying, but I just have a lot of stuff going on. I don't know why I went to it.
Well, the thing is, if you want to really be a judge, you have to decide what's for you.
I'm trying to find my free days.
Well, you have to find your free days then.
But my free days, everyone else has stuff going on. So
I'm just telling you, you have to make it work.
I'm
That's the whole
making it
thing.
work.
You have to make it work.
I'm making it work.
Okay, I'll believe when I see it.
I am.
Okay,
Yeah,
whatever.
fine.
Let's go.
So no, the answer's no. But I'm working on it. And I have no idea. Anyways, next question. For Judge James, number 2, for Judge James. Even though you're finished with 5e,
Sure am.
are there any old or current?
Joan's here. What's up, Joan?
Even though you 5e, are there any old parentheses or current D&D settings you would like to run in a different system parentheses DCC or maybe Cypher parentheses question mark?
That's a really good question. It's a really good question.
I agree.
To Brian, I will say that I
was
don't know
the
what
question?
current settings there are for D&D. I know there's Forgotten Realms, and I think there's some stuff for Eberron that came out. Honestly, no. I think I think that anything it's setting wise for D&D at this point is kind of, unless it's the third party thing, is kind of hot trash. Third party related, I do enjoy. I liked the setting of Talus. If I was to play in Talus, I would cipher it. Planescape, Greg asks. I enjoyed Planescape for a time. There was a time I really enjoyed playing Planescape, and that time was in 2nd and 4th edition. I played it in 2nd and 4th
I think I'm
ed.
gonna say 2nd and 4th grade.
I'm done with it. I don't need to play Planescape again. I've experienced everything about Planescape there is to experience about Planescape. I don't need to go back to Planescape. Fun setting, not really somewhere I'd return. Dark Sun, I think my favorite setting in D&D's, I think settings in D&D were Dark Sun and Ravenloft, and I don't think I'd go back to either. I think I've done everything I want to do in those settings. I think I've said this before, I'm trying to experience the new things. Like, I want to finish what's on my shelves, gaming-wise. And I have 141 DCC modules back there, of which I was able to figure out that as of this day, I have finished 90 of them. So, really not on the hunt to go back to D&D. Feel free to go back to D&D, enjoy your D&Ding, but I don't have any. Every once in a while, I get the urge to run 5e again. So, not sorry. Wow, I said 5e. I meant Dark Sun. Why did I say 5e? That was a total Freudian slip, or not? I don't know. Crap. No, 5e. Dark Sun. Why am I'm trying to read comments over here. To be clear, before there's any, I have the urge to run Dark Sun again, not 5e. I'm very, it's really hard to do this when you're just staring at the screen. I'm reading those comments and you're slurping tea in my ear.
What am I supposed to talk about? I don't talk about this. This is
I don't
your
know.
question. This is your part of the show.
I don't want to play 5e again. I hate 5e. That part's like really true. That's the funny thing. It was like such a slip. Like,
What?
but like there are some D&D things that I would,
Okay.
I just use 5e and D&D like as a, whenever I refer to them, I refer to this the same thing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Next question. For both judges, speed round. What game do you think is best to run with a small group of players? Parentheses 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Question mark. I don't know.
DCC Lankmarks, it's best with 3 players.
Yeah. That's what
They
I
have
said.
a warrior, a thief, and a wizard. You don't play DCC Lankmar.
Yeah, but like that's what I
Actually, no,
said.
you did play DCC Lankmar.
I did. Don't. Yeah. Give me
Okay.
my credit.
Okay. I'm sorry, you did play. I apologize.
Thanks. B. What What game is your favorite to run with a larger group of players? 5 to 6. What?
You answer that question.
I mean, it's just like regular DCC with like big groups of players. Yeah.
I would also agree, but I also might shift to MCC. I think MCC is good with a lot of players. If we have to talk about games that aren't Dungeon Crawl Classics and Mutant Crawl Classics, which for us usually is the perfect game,
Yeah.
I would say Savage Worlds is probably the best game of those types for handling large tables full of people.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm really still hard pressed to play that again right now. Okay.
Bonus. This is number 4. I'm very interested in hearing a bit more on your plan to buy less games /media etc. Period. Over the coming year, and would love to hear periodic updates. I've been horrible over the last year about buying a lot of games that I've not really have not read fully (parentheses) or at all (parentheses) or played because of the great beep beep bundle of holding beep beep deals and Kickstarter.
Which bundle of holdings? I don't know.
I don't know.
That's quotes bundle of holding, not beep bundle.
Beep,
okay.
bundle holding. Beep.
Keep
beep.
going.
Interesting little beeps. Can you discuss your approach when you buy a game or game book to ensure you read it and at least play it once? Cheers, Brian.
Obviously, I've not done well at this in previous years, or I wouldn't have like 40 some odd modules or 50 modules to finish for DCC and a bunch of other things. That said, I can give you an update for 2022 because I do have a status report. I do have a tracker for everything, and as per my tracker this year, since the beginning of the year, I have spent negative $190.69. So there you go. Because I sold a bunch of Star Wars stuff, and then kickstarted the Hull Breach at the $45 mark. So I have money to spend. I also, on my tracker, know that I've read 6 novels, and I've played a lot of Dragon Quest XI, and I've done 8 RPGs so far this year. 1 DCC game, 2 MCCs, 2 Shadow of the Demon Lords, a Cypher, and 2 Mothership games. And I've also lost 0.4 pounds. But I have run or elliptical 73 miles this month. That's pretty good. So that's my tracker. Look at that. I do keep all of my personal notes in a spreadsheet. I know it's, that doesn't say anything. It must be revealing of something. We have some comments here. Let's see. First time chat from a viewer, Mr. Citrus. Well, we got first time. Welcome. As a general thing, I just avoid big tables, partly because of the limited space of my home. You know what? I'm going to say this. We have a giant game room, okay? Giant game room. Big table. I, too, prefer to have 5 or less players, and perfection for me, I think, is 4 players. And
4 players is just like...
Yeah, I think the reason I like it most is you don't have those situations where someone kind of gets bored.
Yeah.
We're just kind of sitting
Also, if you're like at the
side.
one end of the table, it's perfect because it's even on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes that's
very
just,
true.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true. So let's see here. Deb says DCC MCC isn't always the first game off my shelf, but it's a really smart option for a big table. That is a good point. It is always a smart option if you have a lot of players, especially with funnels, because you can kill them off really fast.
I don't know what this piece of
What's the next? Is the
it's
wrap
like
next?
having its own world.
Is the wrap next? What's
no,
next?
we have another email.
What's next?
From
Next?
Steven.
Okay, from Stephen
That's
Murray.
Steven,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's Stephen.
I said it right.
Yeah. Read the question.
Dear honorable judges, you talk a lot about running modules, especially in DCC.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find yourself running modules or beep beep homebrew beep beep sessions more often? Also, do you run the modules as is or just take certain things you like and pasting into whatever adventure you're running? May Justicia
May Justicia reign forever.
your lowly serf, Steven.
Well, I think for the most part, I do like running modules, and that has a lot to do with my work-life balance and being very work-loaded. So.
Oh, he left.
He really left.
Yeah.
He's out of here. Like for me, it's easier to prepare a module than to prepare a adventure like from scratch. But I do really add my own twist to them. So I would say that if you're in a given module, I use anywhere between 40 and 70% of what's in there, and the rest I just change heavily and twist around to make it fit my plans. So I don't always use all of it, but sometimes I do. I know that I'm taking a lot of creative liberty with some of the adventures I've run recently with DCC. I'm sorry, with MCC. But yeah, Jones asking, was my Waterworld game homebrew? Yes. There's nothing's free in Ocean World was my own. Dungeon Battle Delco was my own. So I do have a few modules or adventures that I have written myself, and I quite enjoy running. So including the one that I actually wrote and published, which was an Unexpected Wedding for Savage Worlds on Drive-Thru RPG. Look at that. Electrum bestseller. There we go. That's about as famous as I'm going to get on the module writing front. 2 published modules. One is there. One's in a magazine, online mag at that. So no, I there was a time when I enjoyed writing my own stuff. I did try running a campaign that was with my own material 100% earlier this year with Numenera, and it crashed after three sessions. That was last year, and I think the closest.
There was a rock in this.
Was there?
Yeah, there's a rock.
Well, I guess it fell out. Look at that. So there you go.
Like,
so I think it's just easier. Plus, with DCC, the modules are so good that I think that they're worth running. There are definitely better adventure writers out there. The Brendan LaSalle's, Michael Curtis's, Harley Stroh's, Stephen Newton's. Been crushing hard on the Stephen Newton stuff lately. So there's some good writers out there, far better than me. And when I run something that's my own homebrew, I like to go and really pull in a lot of pop culture stuff, which you can't throw into a published module anyway.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Thank
you, Stephen.
We have a rap.
All right.
Called the Calendar Crunch.
Here we go.
Oh, I already see a word I'm not going to pronounce.
Do the best you can.
No, wait, can you tell me first?
Which one? Parcheesi?
Parcheesi?
There you go. Ready?
Okay. Wait. Go one way and then another way. A new year and we consider and run. There are too many games and too little time.
Mom spaghetti.
You can play guitar and Parcheesi or root, or enter the denims at a hill they call boot. Visit post-human futures in the darker night city. Shadowrun, Eclipse Phase, or even more gritty. TCC, Savage Worlds, and Cypher can be setting agnostic, so set yourself free. Now pick your system and pencil it in. It's 2022. Let the gaming begin.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. Mom spaghetti.
He added that part. That was from Greg Schwarzkopf. Woo! Thank you, Greg, for the rap. As always, those are not anything we wrote because we have no talent for that. But Greg pulls it off every time.
Woo!
We should get them all in a loop and then release them like as an MP3 file. On Spotify, yeah.
No,
not on Spotify.
SoundCloud.
We're gonna declare we're not gonna release our raps on Spotify until they take Joe Rogan down. That's what it'll take. I'm just kidding.
Or we should put it on SoundCloud.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone wants to hear me beatboxing.
SoundCloud.
My crappy beatboxing.
Everyone puts their bad stuff on SoundCloud.
All right. So if you you want to hear us talk about crap, you can always send us more questions to dccjudgeevie@gmail.com, and she will sort through those. All right, so Gen Con 2022. Pulled the trigger today. Got 2 badges ordered. Your mom doesn't need a badge because she's going with the game company. What was that for? What do you expect her to say? Like she's not going to go? Like, yeah, if she gets fired, Fortunately, she's good at her job. I did give you the offer. I said, you want to work with them and you want to come over to work with us, me and Goodman. You picked a parent, Nice job.
I hang out with Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not in the gaming verse. Hey, with Keith's here. What's up, Keith?
Hey, bestie.
Hello to Canada. So anyway, yeah. So we're gonna do this, right?
I choose not to respond.
You're not gonna respond if we're gonna do this?
No. It's a song.
We're definitely doing it. We're definitely conning.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Okay.
I think it's funny because last episode we were like, we're not ever going to a
I
con
know,
this year.
I know, but you know what?
It was all because of this.
All because of
The
this.
little character
Punjar
sheet.
50K kind of put us over the top.
Yeah. Who even is this? Sausage Toes?
It says Chastity
Yeah, that was mom's character. That's not me.
Belay.
I would never pick that bad of a name.
Belte.
That's mom's name.
Oh, Chastity Belte. I get it now. I get
I
it.
don't get it.
I'm not going to read the ability. That's terrible. That's like, don't even read it. I can read Sausage Toes, I guess. Oh my gosh, this is awful. Anyway,
Yeah.
thinking about that, thinking about Punjar 50K and all the fun times at conventions and everything, and that Gen Con's going to be vaccine required and mask required, and we did get to Disney World this year, and we both kind of made it back okay. All of us, not both, all of us in the family made it back okay. I was kind of thinking about maybe not going. And yes, Keith, Goodman Games will be there. That's the other thing is Goodman Games did make they made a statement by Twitter post that if you run 4 games for Goodman Games at Gen Con, four RPGs, you get the free badge, and you get $100 room cred. So I, of course, today was like, you know what, I can do this. Plus, it gives me a chance to whittle down my stash of 50 plus modules that have to get finished. So I'm like, all right, I'm in. And I signed up to run, they served Brandolin Red. And I'm going to run the Accursed Heart of the World Ender.
Maybe my future should just be modeling adventure.
There you go. That's a career.
Steady job.
And because I don't know when I'm going to use this book, I have to say of the DCC products, it probably have the least likelihood of running something out of this on my own. But I am going to run both modules from the back of the Empire of the East book. There's 2 modules in there. There's the Demon Key, and then there is an adventure called Invaders! I'm going to modify Invaders to work off of a hex crawl design that I'm working on using dry erase hex crawl maps that I bought for use in Mothership. I'm going to run Invaders that way, with the PCs having to kind of make their way downtown.
Wait,
you know?
I'm like, wait.
I had some comments here. Mr. Citrus doesn't like the idea of the sausage toes. Joan will go if she can find a room or a room. Deb needs to button up and running his game. This game, Keith said, can you run Sailors in 4 hours? You could definitely run Sailors in 4 hours. I've run Sailors in Starless Sea in 2 hours before. You can use a quick. I did run a reverse Sailors once. I've run it backwards. I've run Sailors at least 6 or 7 times, maybe 8 times at this point. So you know what, Keith? If you want to run Sailors in 4 hours, you just need to kind of decide where. That's a great adventure for running in a short period of time because you can have the ending happen in multiple spots. So just pause for a second. When you're running Sailors, if you are running out of time, the segment where the PCs go down the stairs into the sea below, just skip all the stuff that happens along the stairs and have the stairs just come to the island on the sea below and skip a bunch of stuff. And you can have it. You don't have to run any module exactly as it's written. You can run it in different ways. So you can shorten up Sailors really easily. I think the dry hex crawl is gonna be cool. It gives us a reason to play around with the Empire of the East rules. I have it, but don't want me to use it. So to feature Empire of the East prominently at Gen Con 2022, I think is a good way to use a book that I kickstarted during the plague. Eddie Frankenstein, I think it's Edie, says, I want to be in a Judge James game. Well, I hope you're in a Judge James game. Please try to join in, I'm running the Empire of the East games. I think I'm running the high concept one, the one that's a hex crawl. I'm sorry. The hex crawl. I'm sorry, Eddie. I'm running the hex crawl on Thursday, and then I'm running the Demon Key on Friday, and I'm running Accursed Heart of Brandolin Red on Saturday and Accursed Heart on Sunday. All my games will be 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I like to run my games in the morning, so that's when I run. Now, that said, That's when I'm running my games. Let's talk to Judge Evie, because Judge Evie heard about the whole idea.
No, I got home and you were like, oh, guess what I just did? And you were like, this.
Look at that. That's Steven. So Eddie Frankenstein is Steven. So look at that. Look, I can pronounce your name. It's this one that can't pronounce the name Stephen correctly. Did I send my games to Goodman Games to schedule? I sure as hell did today. Now, Judge Evie has been talking today about whether she should run games. Because you've run con games before, but you've never run 4 of them. You've only run like onesie-twosies.
I run like 2.
You run 2 modules.
And I was like a child, and it was really bad. And it was...
When you were 11 years old or 12? Was it 11 or 12 you ran the what's it called?
I ran the one where I had like the little toys, and everyone was like, ew, what is this?
That was Mall Mall.
Yeah.
But you were young.
And then everyone left. They all left.
They didn't all leave.
I'm sorry.
You said half them left.
Half of them left. And then I was like, guys, where are they at? Where's the break? And they went, they're not coming back.
Well, I think part of the challenge is that you have to maybe in the future. First, you're a little older, a little more mature.
That'll help.
And you do need to get better understanding of the rules again, because you've been playing all Demon Lord, which you don't understand those rules either. But it's okay.
I'm gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna talk about some games that maybe you could run, and I have some suggestions here. A pile of suggestions for you. I have 3 suggestions for you of things you could run that might be helpful for you. Okay.
Why'd you look back there? What's back here?
All right. So the first one I would suggest is this is Daniel J. Bishop's Prince Charming Reanimator, because I think for sure you could run a fun game about featuring Prince Charming and also featuring undead and whatnot. So, you know, you could do that.
At the back.
You could do that. It's a zero funnel.
I'm so perfect at this job.
The other thing you could run, I look behind me because I think another good adventure would be Stephen Newton's Attack of the Frogs. And you might like Attack of the Frogs. Frogs. Because...
Oh my god, I could use a puppet. I used a puppet last time.
We have the puppet.
Left. I was use my
You know what? Mutazoid. So Keith just said, ever run Well of Souls? And yes, I did run Well of Souls. And I didn't include that in my adventure list of adventures I completed. So do I have the other adventures in this line? You mean in the line of the Purple Duck games? No. Wait.
Oh my god, not
I think I
this
have one.
Oh my god.
Some comments here. So Steven is from was just in was a Pittsburgh native. Well, Evie, you're a Pittsburgh native.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Don't look so excited, Evie! You look so excited! The other module I was going to suggest, because it just is a hot mess of a module, and you like hot messes, would be Grimtooth's Museum of Death. You could run that.
I could run this.
You could run that. It's essentially just killing off characters left and right.
I've never run anything with first level before.
Well, you don't have to run at first level. You could run at 0 level.
Oh, cool.
I would run at 0 level. I'd run all of these 0 level just to do it. Just my suggestion. Joan is suggesting Sour Spring Hollow. Sour Spring Hollow is a fun ghost story, but I don't know if Judge Evie could run Sour Spring Hollow. I don't think you have the skills for that.
I probably don't.
I'm just trying to get you to say, yes, I do. And what you have to do, Judge Evie, what you have to do is step up, okay? Step up.
Yeah.
And like start running some games between now and August.
Yeah.
But you have about a week or so to figure out what you're gonna run for the con.
Yeah, I got this.
So pick some modules. Room cred. I want the room cred. I might give you that $100. Who knows?
Oh my god, it's so much better than room cred.
Anyway, Keith's asking, do I know anything about DCC 100? No, I don't actually. I'm not in any kind of crowd that knows anything really. You know, I'm just here to hang out. Creep Scrag Creep, that'd be fun. That's like based on the movie Alien.
I watched that once. Yeah, I didn't like the ride.
I plan on using Creep Scrag Creep as a kickoff to an upcoming campaign at some point. We'll see. So anyway, so that's that. I think we're gonna start wrapping this up here. You know, since we're at a half an hour mark. I I don't have any Kickstarter shout-outs right now, except for that DCC 100 by Harley Stroh is coming soon.
You just said
I think
nothing
it's
about
the music of the spheres is chaos, right?
You just said nothing about it.
I know what it's called.
Oh.
Or what it's about, sort of, kind of, that it's about chaos. And Harley's writing it. And that's all I know. But if you have any Kickstarters for us to talk about, let us know.
What the heck does that even mean?
Yeah, Hull Breach is still going. What? Oh, I made a typo up here. I said Badgers. In the typo, I had big news in our show notes. Our Badgers are purchased for Gen Con 2022. That's
you
what
can
that
tell
means.
how Pittsburgh a person's the way they describe pigs in a blanket.
Do you think that's true, Evie?
I hate pigs. I hate hot dog things.
You can tell a Pittsburgh person is by whether or not they keep a chair outside to save their parking space.
What?
You're not that Pittsburgh. I'm more Pittsburgh than you are. I lived in Pittsburgh longer than you have.
I think pigs in a blanket are disgusting.
Wait, is that
Oh, it's
Ishao? Is that Ishao? I think it is Ishao.
Yeah, that's Ishao.
What
They're
else?
so gross though. Like they're
What?
this big and then they're like little nubs. Like it looks like fingers. Like you're eating toes. That's what pig. It's wrapped up toes.
So as a native of the Philly area who lived in Pittsburgh for 18 years, I could forever stand behind the idea that French fries are a condiment that should be on sandwiches and salads. I like the idea of fries on salads. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Did you
And
like pigs in a blanket?
I don't eat meat.
Did you like before?
Yeah, of course I did.
Ugh.
It was breakfast sausage in pancakes, right?
No.
What was it?
It was the little
No,
the
when I had
croissant
pigs in a blanket, it was
things.
breakfast sausage wrapped up by a pancake.
It was the croissant hot dogs.
Listen, kid, I'm from the Philly side. When I was a kid and I ate meat, I ate Scrapple, all right?
It was croissant hot dogs.
That's what I ate.
And they're gross and they're just wrapped.
Eddie Frankenstein,
blanketed
Mrs.
toes.
Good pierogies.
They were just toes.
We can make pierogies. I know how to make pierogies. I learned how to make a darn for being the prominent family in the background that I grew up in was Italian. For all that, I make pretty darn good halushki and pierogies actually. I can do both from scratch.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We're on the food chat here. All right, so road crew shout outs. The next con that we're gonna be attending and doing stuff. I know there's a Gary Con coming up. Yes, you missed the mail call, Eddie Frankenstein. Sorry.
I said your name right though.
There you go. Yeah, you said.
I did
that's
say your
right.
name
She
right.
said Steven correctly.
And you didn't have to give me the pronunciation. I just
So
remembered.
GaryCon's coming up, but the next one we're going to is gonna be Romance the Cyclops Con, May 13th, my birthday, to the 15th. And I don't know if I'm running then, but I'm gonna be running something. So that'll be cool. All right, where can folks find us on the intranets, Evie?
They can find us at I Live for Crits on Twitter, Living for Crits on Instagram, and search Living for Crits on YouTube.
All right, so until next week, which will be your brother's birthday.
Yep.
So that'll be cool. Be safe, be healthy, be kind, and I'm just gonna say, Badgers, 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 Badgers.
That was a lot more than 3 times.
Okay, whatever. You do your
What should I
ASMR.
say?
Do your ASMR.
What
I don't know.
say?
ASMR whatever you want.
Ooh. Actually, I forgot. That's probably a bad idea.
What?
No, that's boring.
All right, don't say it then.
What could I say?
I don't know. Say something. Steven got it. Mushroom, mushroom.
What?
I'll show it to you in a second.
Like the Katy Perry.
When we
thing?
jump off, yeah, no, it's not the Katy Perry. When we jump off, I'll show you the Badgers, Badgers,
I love
Badgers song.
mushrooms.
Then say mushroom, mushroom.
No.
We gotta wrap up the show. Say something.
I don't know what to say.
All right.
No.
Okay.
Guys, go follow me on Twitter. Yeah. Plug.
You can give him your Twitter. How do they follow you?
Oh. It's at Chummy with the I is a 1 and there's an underscore after it. And my profile picture is
Good
Kermit
night,
the Frog.
everybody.